Hello everyone, welcome to Sunday Anime Chat. It is I, your host, Pop. And as you no doubt have been informed, it is March Mecha Madness. I figured it was a good time to go over this genre, as Mecha is one of my favorite ones to watch. And what we're going to do is we'll go through the news of the week first, but then we'll circle back and talk about some of the mecha shows from the early decades of anime. Most fitting replacement for squalid foosball theme? I agree, Jake D. And I would just like to welcome you to the stream. Let's get into it then, shall we? First of all, courtesy of the Anime News Network, we're going to check out News of the Week. And starting with today, Insomniac's After School Anime unveils third video, more staff, opening song, artist Aiko, April 10th debut. What else we got here? Akiba's Trip Undead and Undressed Director's Cut game launches Day 1 edition in North America. I haven't played that one. Rent a Girlfriend Anime Season 3's teaser reveals new character. Okay. Oh, anybody who's a Gundam fan, keeping with the Mecha theme, Gundam The Witch from Mercury Anime Season 2 premieres on April 9th. We got another month to wait. VTubers and their widespread popularity. No, that's alright. Back to Saturday. And greetings to Comrade Leader Woopa Troopa. Thanks for joining. Just going through some of the news of the week. Let's see what they got for us here. Grand Blue Fantasy versus Fighting or Rising Fighting Game. New video highlights Anila gameplay. The Aristocrats' otherworldly adventure serving gods who go too far. Anime's third promo video reveals opening theme, April 2nd debut. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 film wins favorite movie at Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Well, yeah, if it's good, it's going to win some awards. I haven't seen it yet. I saw the first Sonic the Hedgehog, and I thought it was pretty good. I'm glad they switched up the character design when people were like, oh, what is that unholy thing on the screen? And the director's like, yeah, I see what you mean. We'll fix that. So there you go. Listen to the fans, you make money. That's all there is to it. My Hero Academia 60's and Anime 6th promo video previews climax of Black Hero arc. No spoilers because I haven't caught up to season 5 yet. So, was enjoyable, Jake D? Good. I'm glad you liked it. Japan's video game rankings, February. Let's have a look. Let's see what their rankings are. At number 1, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Yeah, who could have guessed, Woopa? Yeah. Gee, who could have thought? You need some kind of genius to figure that out. Number 2 is Octopath Traveler 2. A PS4 game on at number 3 is Like a Dragon Ishin. And also for the PS5, Like a Dragon Ishin. I have not heard much of anything about that game. Number 5, Pokemon Scarlet Violet. Number 6, Hogwarts Legacy. Dun dun dun. There's that game again. Number 7, Splatoon 3. For the PS5, Octopath Traveler 2. Then Ark Survival Evolved. Mario Kart 8. Still on the list. Octopath Traveler 2. Again, but this time for the PS4. Minecraft. Digimon World Next Order International Edition. Then Nintendo Switch Sports. Wild Hearts for the PS5. And then Horizon Call of the Mountain. Oh, is that related to the Horizon Zero games? Huh. PS5 Gran Turismo 7. Then back with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Mario Party Superstars, and finishing off with Ring Fit Adventure. You may have to purchase. You've been playing Kirby Crystal Shards on Switch. Always interesting to see the Japanese market. It is, I like seeing in their home country, what are they playing? What games are they interested in, and how many copies do they have sold? Like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has 4.8 million copies sold. That's crazy. Splatoon 3 has 3.9 million sold. Mario Kart 8 has 5.7 million. I mean, yeesh. As opposed to, like, Horizon Call of the Mountain for the PS5 has 6,000. It's just, yeah. The Switch continues to dominate. Nintendo has to sort of straighten themselves out a bit, though. Stop ignoring their old IPs and give the people what they want. Because gamers will pay for it as long as you make it available to them. Yeah, you're fascinated that Mario Kart is still growing after 6 years on the Switch. Like, I was waiting for Mario Kart 9 or 10, but they're just going to keep going with it. Yeah, and if they keep making good tracks for DLC, maybe they won't have to. I mean, it's just a license to print money now. All you have to do is make tracks. Going back to Friday, Japanese animation TV ranking. Okay, well, let's have a look at this. This is from February 20th to 26th. TV version of Gundam Thunderbolt series earns 1.9% rating. Saze-san is at the top again. Detective Conan, then Doraemon, My Hero Academia Season 6, Crayon Shin-chan, Soaring Sky Pretty Cure, and One Piece, and Oshiri Tantai, Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt TV Edition is there, Animated Osaru no George, or Curious George, and Pokemon Master Journeys, the series. Rounds out the bottom of the list. So yeah, that's it for that list. Here we go. Crunchyroll streams Attack on Titan, the final season, part 3, anime's first half. They advertise this. I saw it on Twitter, and my comment on that was, just end already. Like, I don't know if any of you guys keep up with Attack on Titan, but this has been ridiculous, the amount that they keep dragging out the ending of Attack on Titan. It's the final season, part 3, but the first half. And hey there, Gap After Dark. You don't get how it's going to be a full season. I just don't get it anymore. I don't. And I know that for me, when I was walking by my local record store, DVD store, HMV anyway, and when I saw Attack on Titan being advertised in there, I'm like, wow, this is like for normies now. This is normie anime, is Attack on Titan. It's unbelievable. They cover chapters 131 to 134 in this hour special. The manga is only 139 chapters. It should be done in 3 episodes. Agreed. Totally agree with you, Jake D. It's that meme where the farmer's going out to milk the cow, and the cow is Attack on Titan, and it's like, good morning, sunshine. And the thing is just so tired and wasted away. It's like, stop milking this thing. Like, move on already. Whoever's doing this. Probably Crunchyroll, I think. Anyway, moving along. Netflix adds Mononoke anime with English dub sub. Okay. Not Princess Mononoke, just Mononoke. Yeah, it is ridiculous. Borderline redonkulous. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R game adds Kicho Nijimura as third DLC character. You said it was supposed to end years ago? Yeah. I got tired of waiting for the anime to come out. I read the manga, and then I even got bored of that because it's like, oh, okay, well, you know, I'm curious what's going on, but it just, the storyline just gets so convoluted, and it's just, I've had enough. Dokapon Kingdom Connect game reveals opening movie. New Pokemon anime reveals promo video, cast, staff, visual. Okay. For those Pokemon fans in the audience. Anime with 1 hour first episode special to premiere on April 14th. The Pokemon Company revealed the staff, cast, promo video, and visual on Friday for the new anime in the Pokemon franchise. The anime will star Minori Suzuki as Liko and Yuka Terasaki as Roy. Additionally, Taku Yashiro will voice Freed, and Iku Otani returns as Captain Pikachu. Captain Pikachu. Nice. The anime will premiere on April 14th and will have a 1 hour first episode special. The show will air on Fridays at 6:55 p.m. The Pokemon Company previously stated in its English press release that the anime will premiere in 2023 and beyond. The anime will feature Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley from the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet video games, and will also feature the legendary Pokemon Rayquaza in its shiny form. The anime will also feature the new characters Freed and Captain Pikachu, who are Pokemon Professor and Pokemon Partner duo who will battle alongside protagonists Liko and Roy. Pokemon Journeys, the series premiered on TV Tokyo and its affiliates in Japan under the title Pocket Monster in November 2019, 2 days after the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield games shipped worldwide. The first 12 episodes of Pokemon Journeys, the series debuted in the United States on Netflix in June 2020, and the service added new episodes quarterly. The anime also premiered on the Canadian television channel Teletoon in May 2020. The localized title of the anime, Pokemon Journeys, the series has 48 episodes. Pokemon Master Journeys, the series continued with Pocket Monster's 49th episode, which premiered in Japan on December 2020. Netflix began streaming Pokemon Ultimate Journeys, the series, the Pokemon anime's 25th season, on October 21st. Pocket Monster Mazashi, Pokemon Master, aiming to be a Pokemon Master, a collection of 11 special episodes to conclude Pokemon Ultimate Journeys. The series premiered in Japan on January 13th. The series is the final chapter for Ash and Pikachu. So that's the end of an era for Ash and Pikachu. So I'm wondering, they could bring him back as a little older, maybe make him one of the final four they have to defeat. I mean, that would be pretty cool if he would be a Pokemon Master, and then people would have to get through him to continue on their journey. So I'm wondering if they're going to do something like that. It would be neat if they did. Instead, they don't announce anything on Pokemon Day and then release a trailer 5 days later. So weird, you saw my video. I said for sure they were going to give some big anime news considering they're moving on from Ash. It makes no sense to you. Yeah, I mean, put your ducks all in a row. Make all your announcements right at the same time, and there you don't have to like keep people guessing or, you know, make them like, oh, well, you guys didn't do anything, and then do something. Rayquaza? was most unfortunate of them. Yes, it was. They made some points. The hair clip in the girl's hair is the exact same as the design on Ash's original hat. That's pretty good. Let's see, what else we got here? My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu Climax Games Bundled OVA previewed in second promo video. Okay, Inspector Anime second season adds 3 more cast members. Okay, I haven't gotten into watching Inspector, but I hear it's pretty good. You think Pokemon Day is the day to announce? It's when you're going to have the most eyes on? Yes. Yeah. Hey, everybody, we're going to make an announcement on this day. Come and watch this day. Oh, but then never, okay, after that day's over, it's like, oh, well, we're going to throw this, here, we're going to do this too. Why aren't we getting any people watching? Because you didn't tell them at the right time. Would be like if the Nintendo Direct happened with no Tears of the Kingdom news and then they throw a trailer out a week later. Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is coming out. But only half of you saw it because the other half doesn't know about and doesn't know that you guys put it out there. Come on. You gotta hire some better marketing people, I think. The Cafe Terrace and its Goddesses anime reveals main promo video, April 7th debut, more cast, theme song info. Takashi Kiryu to become Square Enix's new president, representative director. I wonder if this will have an effect on anything that Square Enix is doing right now. I don't know anything about these guys. But, we'll see. I mean, you can only pump out so much Final Fantasy until people get sick of it. Or maybe they don't get sick of it. I don't know. It's just, I haven't played a Final Fantasy game since I bought the remake of 7. And even then, I think I just played the first chapter. Gonna file that one away for further research. Roger that, comrade. High Dive screams Surune the movie, the first shot anime in the US on April 9th and 10th. It's an archery anime. Look at that. Who wants to watch an anime about archery? It'd be fun stuff. Back to Thursday. Dark Gathering anime casts Rina Kawaguchi as Ai Kamiyo. The Marginal Service TV anime's video reveals more staff, April 11th premiere. Sore Shikanai Wake na Desho picture book gets TV anime. On Comrade Canadian stream, my preferred waifu landed the final blow on the Stooge Worm was proud moment. Ah, yes. I wasn't there for it live, but I did watch his stream, the recording of it, and yeah, man, what an epic game that was. Let's see. Toei reveals Precure All-Stars F anime film starring all 77 Precure magical girls. Whew. That sounds like magical girl overload there. Sentai Filmworks announces new partnership with MBS, licenses the most heretical Last Boss Queen from Villainous to Savior anime. Okay. It's good to see High Dive is getting in there. Here's some news for all you One Piece fans. Shin Watanabe Award honors One Piece creator Ichiro Oda. Oda began... let's click on this and get to it here. Oda began One Piece manga in 1997. Produced last year's One Piece film Red Anime. And good morning to you, Mike, from Pacific 414. Nice to see you. Just going through our news of the week. This little article is about One Piece. The Watanabe Foundation for Music and Culture, the Watanabe Production Company, presented One Piece creator Ichiro Oda with its Shin Watanabe Award, which honors producers who promote the development of pop culture. On Thursday, Oda received the award, not just for creating the One Piece series, but also for his work in producing the One Piece film Red Anime, which was insanely popular and it made a lot of money. One Piece Film Red opened in Japan on December 3rd. The movie has become the franchise's highest-selling and highest-earning film installment in terms both of the number of tickets sold and yen earned at the box office. The film ranked number 1 in its opening weekend. The film sold 847,000 tickets and earned 1.2 billion yen, about $9.5 million. Over its opening weekend, it has sold a total of 14.27 million tickets and has earned a cumulative total of 19.7 billion yen, or 152 million US dollars, as of January 30th. The film has surpassed Howl's Moving Castle as number 5 highest earning anime film in Japan. Moreover, the film has earned the equivalent of 31.9 billion yen worldwide, thus surpassing Howl's Moving Castle as the number 4 highest earning anime film globally. The film is also the 8th highest earning film of all time in Japan and topped Japan's box office in 2022 in terms of yen earned and tickets sold. Crunchyroll released One Piece Film Red in the United States and Canada on November 4th and in Australia and New Zealand on November 3rd. The film crossed the $12 million mark on its second week in the United States, ranking at number 8 in the U.S. box office. Oda began serializing One Piece manga in Weekly Shonen Jump on July 19th, 1997. Well, there we go. Good job, Oda. You got yourself an award. Hope Miyazaki don't shank Oda. We'll meet him in the parking lot after the award ceremony. Makoto Shinkai, Golden Kamui's Satoru Noda wins Agency for Cultural Affairs Media Arts Awards. Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade smartphone game delayed again. Don't buy smartphone games, guys. Don't do it. They can shut it off on you at any time. There's nothing you can do. Queen Bee performs Oshi no Ko's anime's ending theme song. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible anime returns on April the 4th after Koof delay. Chibi Godzilla character gets its first TV anime on April 1st. Oh man, look at this. A website launched on Thursday to announce a television anime for the Chibi Godzilla character titled Chibi Godzilla no Gyakushu, or Chibi Godzilla Raids Again, an apparent reference to the second Godzilla film. The website streamed the anime's teaser promotional video, which reveals the film's April 1st premiere date. The website also revealed the key visual main cast and staff for the anime. If you develop the smartphone game, will you forgive me? Well, as long as you keep it running. The fact is they can turn them off at any time. Oh, just woke up. Hey, Alex Moore. Good to see ya. It's time for Anime in the Morning with Pop. The anime will premiere on April 1st at 7 a.m. on TV Tokyo's Inemini no programmable block. A reference to the English sounding counting out rhyme Eeny Meeny Miny Mo has aired previously. Anime series aimed at children, such as Pui Pui Mo Car Driving School. The anime cast includes Chibi Godzilla, Chibi Mecha Godzilla, Chibi Ghidorah, Chibi Mothra, Chibi Rodan, Chibi what? Hedorah looks like a slime like that? I did not know that. Chibi Biolant. Renee with an older sister and younger sister as the Kobijin sisters. You stayed up way too late last night, but had an alarm set for Comrade. Oh, right on. Look at that. Even Comrade Leader sets his alarm to listen to me. And most humbled. Drunk Troopa. Does Godzilla know about this yet? I don't know. I'd have to look. Oh, you know what? I'll send a message to him right now. It looks like he's on Discord, but let's see what he says here. Here he is. see the new Chibi. See if he answers. Maybe he'll sue. Yeah, or maybe he'll guest star. Wouldn't that be something? Just wanted to say, hey, Godzillionaire gets a guest spot on Chibi Godzilla. Coming at you next week. Oh, he's answering. He saw an ad for it, but he didn't read up on it. Okay. We're asking saw. There we go. He's probably financing. Okay, where are we at here? Series of animated shorts titled Tadaima Chibi Gojira, or I'm Home Chibi Godzilla, based on Chibi Godzilla character, streamed on Godzilla franchise's YouTube channel in 2020. Chibi Godzilla debuted in Chiharu Sakazaki's Gambare Chibi Gojira, Do Your Best Chibi Godzilla picture book in October 2018. Sakazaki launched a second picture book, Nakayoshi Chibi Gojira, Close Friends Chibi Godzilla, in May 2019. The Chibi Godzilla project celebrated the 65th anniversary of the Godzilla franchise. Wow, it's been 65 years. The project launched in July 2018 and has since appeared on a wrap of the Shinjuku Sumitomo building as a Kigurumi character in 2018's Gojira Fest event in animated shorts during theater intermission and for other projects. Before designing Chibi Godzilla, Sakazaki was known for designing characters such as Suica Commuter Cards Penguin and Chibi Prefecture's official mascot Chibi-kun. It could be a funny one to watch. It's something to look out for. Okay, where did I leave off here? There we go. RPG Maker Unite software debuts on April 6th. Oh, Godzillionaire said he's never been a fan of chibi type series, so maybe he won't watch it. Saku Sakamoto's Feast of Amrita anime film reveals Kana Hanazawa as guest voice in trailer. Back to Wednesday, 70's licenses Kingdom of Gold, Kingdom of Water, the world's fastest level up manga. Netflix streams Bakugan Legends anime. Bakugan, wow, that's been out for a while, hasn't it? High Dive adds Babylon Anime's English dub sub on March 6th. ReZero Kara Hajimeru Isekai Sekatsu Lost in Memory smartphone game ends service. Once again, another smartphone game ends in service. Furyu's Cry Machina action RPG heads west for PS5, PS4, Switch, PC in fall. Golden Kamui anime's 4th season restarts on April 3rd. My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999 anime's trailer reveals April 1st debut. Demon Slayer Swordsmith Village Arc anime's trailer reveals April 9th premiere. I know Demon Slayer is very popular right now. Shinichiro Watanabe, Shuhei Morita's animated Taisu shorts to play at Niigata International Animation Film Festival. Let's keep going here. Back to Tuesday. Kuma 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 Bear anime's 2nd season premieres on April 3rd. North American anime manga releases. 26th Detective Conan anime film trailer reveals previews, theme song. Anime Boston 2023 host and manga creator Shui Yoshijima. Gunma-chan mascot anime season 2 streams 2nd promo video. Crunchyroll Games launches Street Fighter Dual Smartphone RPG. Are you gonna battle everybody on your smartphone? Huh. Studio Ghibli Fest 2023. G-Kids screens 10 Studio Ghibli films in US in March. But Chun-Li! Well, we'll have a look at it and see what it says. Crunchyroll Games announced that it and Capcom have launched the Street Fighter Duel role-playing game for iOS and Android devices on Tuesday in the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and select countries in Europe. Crunchyroll Games streamed a gameplay trailer. The RPG features over 40 characters, including Ryu, Akuma, Chun-Li, and Cammy. Players can build a team of 3 fighters to engage in real-time combat. The game features online play and unlockable character skins. Topjoy, Tencent Games, and Capcom originally released the mobile game in China in November 2020. Capcom's Street Fighter 6 fighting game will launch on June for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam. I don't know if anybody's excited for Street Fighter 6. I still haven't made it through Street Fighter 4 yet, and that was for the PS3. Street Fighter V is the latest entry in Street Fighter fighting game franchise. The game contains new features such as V reversal moves and a V trigger mode. The game launched in February 2016 in North America and Europe, and for PlayStation 4 and PC. The Street Fighter V Arcade Edition game is a free downloadable upgrade for the game that launched in January 2018. Street Fighter V Champion Edition is a new version of the game that launched in February 2020. The release includes all content from the original game release and Arcade Edition, including characters and costumes. Capcom released the game's final DLC character, Luke, in November 2021. Ryu is one of the coolest character designs? Yep. Agreed. You like the older games, but it's too much now? Yeah, it could be, eh? Reversals and such. Your Discord can't wait for Cammy. I bet. Can you say fan art? I really still like the Street Fighter animated movie, and then the series Street Fighter 2V, where it shows like young Ryu and Ken traveling around the world, gaining knowledge of the martial arts. That was an excellent show. I really enjoyed that. Where did we leave off here? There we go. Luminous Productions merges with Square Enix. Luminous. I've heard that name before. It will merge its wholly owned subsidiary Luminous Productions, Final Fantasy 15 Forspoken, into Square Enix on May the 1st. Okay. Yeah, Street Fighter 2V is great. It was great. I mean, I have them on VHS because when they were coming out in like 1994 or 1995, that's all that was out for me that I could get was the VHS tapes. So I still have them all. I do not throw away my physical media, even if the format changes. Hell, I would buy like 16mm film and play it on a projector if it was like anime. What do we got here? Coming up to Konosuba, An Explosion on This Wonderful World anime. Promo gets 3 video reveals, theme song artists. Crunchyroll reveals English dubcast for The Misfit of Demon King Academy. Mononoke anime film delayed. Takahiro Sakurai will no longer reprise medicine seller role. From Software announces Shadow of the Erdtree expansion for Elden Ring game. Oh, all you Elden Ring fans, there's going to be an expansion, but you probably knew that already because you're a fan. And back in the good old days, you could probably convert that to DVD. I saw something on Amazon where you could feed in 16mm film and it would put it on an SD card. So it would obviously you string it in like a film projector, and then you just hit play and then it records it to an SD card. I mean, that's awesome. At least that's what they should be doing for preservation for old film, instead of letting it degrade. Back to Monday. The Dangers in My Heart anime's teaser reveals more staff. Idolmaster Million live anime casts Genta Nakamura as producer. Furyu's Trinity Trigger Fantasy Action RPG launches in West on May 16th. New Yorosei Yatsura anime's English dub streams on March 1st. And Ayakashi Triangle anime's 5th and 6th episodes air following delay. That'll be good news for people that are watching Ayakashi Triangle. I know a few of them are. Pokemon Sleep smartphone app launches in summer. This is a weird one. Pokemon Sleep, it measures your sleep and interacts with new Pokemon Go Plus accessory. The legendary hero is dead. Anime reveals second promo video, additional cast opening theme, April 6th premiere. Surgeon Elise manhwa gets TV anime. Pokemon Sleep, Woopa. You gonna get it? You gonna get it? It's gonna be, Pokemon Sleep measures sleep, interacts with Pokemon Go Plus. So if you have Pokemon Go, Pokemon Company International revealed during its Pokemon Present stream on February 27th, Pokemon Day, that it will release Pokemon Sleep, a new smartphone app by Select Button Incorporated in summer trailer. The app records, measures, and analyzes sleep of the user who is next to the smartphone. The app then categorizes the user's sleep type as dozing, snoozing, or slumbering. The Pokemon who sleep in the same way as the user will gather around Snorlax on the screen. They are rare sleep styles in the game. The app will interact with the new Pokemon Go Plus accessory based on the original Pokemon Go Plus accessory for the Pokemon Go game. The device, shaped like a Pokeball, will be usable like the original Pokemon Go Plus during the day with the additional ability for players to use Great Balls and Ultra Balls. The device can then be used to track a player's sleeping time, which it can send via Bluetooth to the smartphone. Pikachu's voice will play in the accessory and can sing lullabies to the user. There are future plans to add new functionality between Pokemon Sleep and Pokemon Go. Wow, the connectivity is crazy there. The app was originally announced in 2019 and was scheduled to launch in 2020. Well, there you go, Woopa. You are going to get yourself some Pokemon Sleep. It's a free app, so probably you're interested in this medical surgeon isekai. Okay. Let's have a look at it then. Certain Woopa talked about this in a video. A certain one. More peripherals. Let's see what this says. Surgeon Elise manhwa, which I believe manhwa is from Korea. Mahu Film produces anime based on Yuen Mini's novels manhwa about reincarnated surgeon. Kadokawa announced on Tuesday a new television anime based on author Yuen and illustrator Mini's Surgeon Elise, Gekai Elise, or Oeguwaisa Elise in Korean. Medical reincarnation fantasy web novels and vertical scrolling manhwa. Mini drew an illustration to commemorate the announcement. I think she's getting ready to do some surgery there. That's a pretty sharp scalpel. Going on the research list. That's right, JP. Let's see. The anime story follows Aoi Takamoto, who was once an evil empress named Elise before being executed by her husband, Linden. When Elise is reincarnated into the modern world as Aoi, she becomes a surgeon to atone for her mistakes. However, after she dies in a plane crash, she's once again reincarnated back into her former life as Elise. 10 years before her execution, she avoids marrying Linden, this time around to prevent a tragedy with her medical knowledge. She decides she wants to become a doctor again in this life. Oh man, we got like time travel? Isekai? Wow, it's ticking a lot of boxes there. Yuen and Mini launched the manhwa on Kakao Page in 2017. Tappytoon publishes the English version as Dr. Elise, the Royal Lady with the Lamp. I believe that's an allusion to Florence Nightingale. I think they called her, now correct me if I'm wrong, didn't they call her the Lady with the Lamp? The series ended in February 2021, and there are 10 total volumes for the manhwa and 4 volumes for the novels. The manhwa's 7th compiled book volume shipped in Japan in February 2022, and the 8th volume will ship on March 3rd, which was a couple days ago. So yes, that looked quite interesting. I trust her with my life. Got that right, AJP. This looks like a yandere if I ever seen one. Could be. Can't recall any medical shows recently. In the pharmacy. Oh, yeah. I've heard of the pharmacy one. I didn't watch it though. Okay, what do we got here? There it is. Pokemon franchise gets new Pokemon Concierge stop-motion animated show on Netflix. There you go. The Pokemon stuff is just coming out like crazy. You're getting a tidal wave of Pokemon things. Here's more. Pokemon Scarlet Violet games get new DLC. Tact Op smartphone game launches in late June. Suzume surpasses Jujutsu Kaisen 0 to become number 15 all-time film in Japan. Dialogue Plus performs 2 cute Crisis TV anime's ending song. We're back to last Sunday. I don't know if this was out last Sunday when I was talking anime, but Digimon Adventure anime's English dub premieres this spring. Oh, the original Digimon. I would watch that again. That was a very good show. Very enjoyable. Don't know she was a woman out of the kitchen. Pokemon Concierge. Yeah, you got her, Rupa. Sadly not getting a tidal wave of major Pokemon stuff for me. Okay. They only put out a small trailer for Pokemon Concierge. It looked pretty interesting. Give it a watch anyway. The stop motion animation is, it takes a very long time to do, but it is, if it's well done, it's so enjoyable. You have to be very talented to do stop motion animation really well. One of my favorite stop motion animations is Wallace and Gromit from England. The guys that created it, oh man, just so good. The stories are good. They do little touches there and there, and it's just it's the good stuff. I really enjoy it. And that takes us back to last week. And now, what you've all been waiting for. Here we go into the Mecha Madness. And the first one. The cheese! On crackers over cheese, Gromit. That's my Wallace impersonation. So, it's Mecha time, everybody. It is. You are right, Alex Moore. And here we go. So, the oldest one I was able to find on the list was called Tetsujin 28 Go, and known in the West as Gigantor. But don't watch Gigantor because that is the English dub and they cut out a lot. The synopsis of the story. Well, actually, we should do some history here. The anime came out in 1963. This is the oldest, I believe this is the oldest anime I've watched. But the manga for this manga was written in 1956, and it ran for 10 years. So the author, which is this fella here, Mitsuteru Yokoyama, he was the one that created this, and he's done a few other things as well. I think it said that he was an assistant on Astro Boy, so he got to work with Osamu Tezuka. And then he did his own thing for Tetsujin 28. But yes, if you are going to watch Tetsujin 28, not Gigantor, which is the Western the Western version, the Westernized version with just, yeah, it's back in the day when the things were switched around and edited out. The synopsis here. Dr. Kaneda was developing experimental giant robot warriors to fight the Allies during the Second World War. But before his creations could see action, Allied bombs destroyed the facility and killed him. A decade later, criminals discovered two of the surviving prototypes, number 26 and 27, in the series, and used the remote control robots to commit a number of crimes. Young Shotaro Kaneda, 12-year-old son of Dr. Kaneda, did some investigating and discovered that the mob were hunting for the 28th robot in the series, rumored to be the most powerful of them all. Racing the villains, Shotaro discovers the robot first, along with Dr. Shikishima, a colleague of his father, who was also believed to be killed by the Allied bombing. Together, the two prevent Tetsujin 28 Go, the robot's official designation, from falling into the hands of the bad guys and decide to dedicate him to peace rather than war. So the thing that got me right away was that they talked about World War II and how they were going to build these robots to fight the Allies. I mean, it makes sense from their point of view. You know, they're Japanese, and that's what they were in World War II. They were fighting the Allies. So when I first watched this, and this anime has how much here? Oh, that's the manga. The anime has like 83 episodes. So I watched the very first one, and it has very rudimentary animation. Obviously, it's going to be one of the very first mecha shows, and I guess the description of a mecha show for me is you're piloting the machine. So mecha for me is you're actually controlling what the machine does, as opposed to like giant, like sentient robots who, like Astro Boy, I don't consider mecha. I consider, like, when you're controlling it, that is what it is for me. You're controlling the machine. So here, as you can see, and it's in black and white too, which might bother some people. I know there's other versions of Tetsujin 28 that will be in color, but the original was in black and white, and I think it adds something to it. It's like, you know, it was what they had at the time. I think color was very expensive, so they just had to do everything in black and white. And, you know, maybe everything doesn't move at 60 frames a second, but it is still, if you can get past the TV quality animation, the story is actually really good. And like any anime show, they don't pull any punches. Even back in the 1960s on television, you got guys shooting guns at each other, people dying. It's well done as far as telling a good story of how this young child gets to be in control of this giant robot, and he uses a remote control. So he's not inside the robot. He's outside, but he is controlling it. So I still classify it as mecha because he is controlling it, even though he's not inside piloting it. So in the first episode that I watched, they show his Shotaro, they show his grandfather on his deathbed. He's dying. And then later on, the fellow with the glasses here takes him to where they were building the giant robots to fight the Allies in World War II. But then the mob, or the Yakuza, are following them, and they want one of the robots, and then some other mysterious hooded fella is also trailing them, and he wants control of, I think he was a former employee who they knew as a bad guy. That's how they described him. He's not a very good person, but he was able to get a remote control for number 27. But then they fire up all the switches, and they turn on all the controls to try to get number 28 up and running to fight number 27. So you have your first giant robot battle is number 27 against number 28. I don't know if they'll have anything here. But that happens. The creator did not make a remote control for number 28 originally because he didn't want it to fall into the hands of the evil people, which is kind of smart. But then when it decides to go on a rampage on its own, then you can't stop it. And it does. It goes on a rampage. It breaks through out of the facility and goes into town and just goes on a rampage. And the army is called out, the self-defense force, I think they referred to them as, and they try to take it down. Obviously, they can't. The thing is super powered. And it just goes along, and I believe it goes towards the ocean, where because number 28 had broken up a bank heist and killed one of the leaders of the gang, one of his underlings swears a blood oath to take the number 28 down, no matter what. So number 28 gets to the beach, and the underling throws some dynamite at him and blows up the ledge he's standing on, and number 28 falls into the ocean. Obviously, it's not going to do anything to him, but that is how the first episode ends. And after watching that episode, I'm like, wow, I really want to see more, because this guy isn't fighting for truth and justice yet. He is on a rampage, and Shotaro doesn't have control of him yet either. So this definitely makes me want to watch more to see what happens. But this was the first Mecha show, the earliest, I should say, from 1963. And in case I haven't told you, I think today will be like from the 1960s and 1970s. So the next one I watched after that was Mazinger Z. Now this one, I looked it up. I typed into Google what was the first Mecha show, and it came up with this. Mazinger Z. This one was from 1972. The anime, anyway. The manga was also done in 1972. So very close together from manga to anime. Here we go. It has the synopsis here. One of the first super robot manga, and the one that introduced most of the traits of the mecha genre, constructed with the super alloy Z. Mazinger was built by Professor Juzo Kabuto as a weapon against the mechanical beasts of the evil Dr. Hell. You know a guy is evil if his name is Dr. Hell. It's gotta be. Goes along. Koji Kabuto, the grandson of Professor Kabuto, becomes the pilot of Mazinger Z when his grandfather is killed, and battles from there on against Dr. Hell and his allies. This is the first series that introduced the concept of a pilot inside a mecha, which all series from then on have followed. There you go. So yes, he's actually inside as he's piloting this mecha. You gotta be going, Jake D. Okay, it's nearly noon o'clock and programming course is due back in. You need to practice so you can develop a smartphone game. As long as you don't turn it off on me. I want you develop a smartphone game, but don't turn it off on me. All the best, Jake D. Hope to see you around again. Yes, so, Mazinger Z. Where did we go here? adaptation, that one. Yes. So I did watch the very first episode of Mazinger Z, and what happened was as follows. The island of Bardos in the Aegean Sea comes a new threat to humanity in the form of Dr. Hell and his army of mechanical beasts. However, a new hero stands in the way, Mazinger Z, a giant robot built out of the indestructible metal Chojukin and equipped with an arsenal of advanced weaponry. Piloting Mazinger Z is hot-headed teenager Koji Kabuto, who strives to avenge the death of his grandfather and protect Japan from Dr. Hell's forces. So this one was quite good as well. I really enjoyed it. It's got a good start to it. They have a lot of science behind why this is good and why it works. When I'm watching Dr. Hell's Minions, I was at a good time. The minions have like a Romanesque uniform to them, which is pretty crazy to me. Let's see if I can Zengar Zeto 72. I don't know if we'll find a good picture of it, but I mean, here is what the Mazinger Z looks like. The controlling part is in the top of his head. So the operator flies around in a little aerial vehicle and it lands on its head, and then he takes control of the giant robot. You know what? I gotta probably type in the right thing, like Dr. Hell. Dr. Hell Minions. Anyways, that's what Dr. Hell looks like. And he has his own mechanical beasts, but he knows that Dr. Kabuto can take him down with his knowledge and technology. So first thing they do is go and kill him at his home by Mount Fuji. He has a nice hidden retreat, but he gets discovered, and the minions kill Dr. Kabuto. But not before he's able to call his grandsons and tell them to come to his hideaway so that he can pass on the knowledge of Mazinger Z to them. And then the minions are so evil as well. These guys, they just eliminated the what's their name? I'll just find their name here. Yeah, Koji. Koji and Shiro are the two grandsons, and their mother gets killed by the minions as well. So now he really wants revenge. He wants revenge on Dr. Hell. And although it is a rough start getting into Mazinger Z, Koji actually does it eventually. But he is not proficient at operating Mazinger Z. So it's probably going to be a montage, or he's going to learn from someone how to control Mazinger Z. And I believe, from what I've seen, it's going to be the young lady that pilots another giant robot. And we meet her in the first episode. She actually stops him from stepping on his brother with Mazinger Z. And that's her giant robot there. And I should know her name here. It should tell us. It's Sayaka. That's who it is. Yeah, so Sayaka, she pilots her own giant robot made by Dr. Kabuto's colleague. And I believe, yeah, I think they're going to work together to try to take down Dr. Hell. And I'm not sure. I wonder if anybody remembers whether the Mazinger Z had Mazinger Z had the rocket fists he would shoot out to take down the enemies. Yeah, like that. There we go. You've got rocket-powered fists. And I think even in the movie I watched, because I watched Devilman and Mazinger Z, and he got a pair of wings, so he could fly to where he needed to get to. And obviously, I should mention that Mazinger Z was made by the famous Go Nagai, who created such characters as Cutie Honey and Devilman. So he is an excellent creator. He has done a lot of shows. Oh, and Getter Robo. I couldn't find any way to watch Getter Robo, so I wanted to do that, but I had to settle for Mazinger Z and Tetsujin 28. But yes, Go Nagai, creator of Devilman, Cutie Honey, was also the creator of Mazinger Z. So, what do you guys think? Worth watching? Some of the very first Mecha shows. I certainly did enjoy watching Tetsujin 28. It's very good. Mazinger sounds Germanish. It might be. Mazinger Z. Yeah, it's pretty good, and these guys are. When you have a really evil villain, it makes it so much more satisfying when they get their comeuppance, because that you want the good should triumph over evil. And like I say, with a name like Dr. Hell, you've got to be evil. But yes, this is quite enjoyable. But it's typical 70's anime with the big sideburns and the hair for the protagonist, our hero. The animation is a little step above Tetsujin 28. It's going to be 70's looking. Dr. Hell is not exactly hiding his intentions yet. Who are you? My name is Dr. Hell. Yeah, this was very, very good. I definitely want to continue on with it. It is a lot of episodes, but it's very enjoyable as far as Mecha goes. And I think you can even watch it on YouTube. I know I've looked through when I was looking through for movies and episodes to watch, and it's surprisingly easy to find stuff like that on YouTube. So feel free to fly at her and give it a watch. What if any? I'm curious as to what mecha shows you guys are looking forward to, or which ones you have watched that really got you into the mecha, like making you like a mecha head, someone who just wants to operate one of these things. For me, it had to have been Macross when it was brought over in 1985 as Robotech, and I watched my first episode, and you have a jet, and it changes into a giant robot. And I was like, holy crap, where do I get one of those? Because I want one like right now to operate. Like that was the coolest thing. You have a jet, you fly really fast, you pull a button or pull a lever, and you change into a 50-foot robot. And that was like the coolest thing for me. I was sold. I'm like, yep, Mecha is where it's at. I want to be a Mecha pilot. That's what I want to be when I grow up. Unfortunately, they didn't have Mecha as I was growing up, so I had to just go into the trades instead, where I could like repair Mecha if need be. So one of these days. But yeah, those are the two that I recommend. You have not watched much, but Comrade General Jake D is always telling me to watch Gundam. Yes, yes. Yeah, I know the Gundam is very popular. And I like the fact that they were able to bring Gundam over here without any problems. And Macross in Japan is like it's right up there with Gundam. It's the big two. You've got Macross and you've got Gundam. But the thing that happened was Harmony Gold got their claws into Macross, and then they started trying to sue people when they wanted to bring Macross over to the North America. And it's like, you know what? You guys ruined it so that we wouldn't get any Macross over here. And I was just sickened by what had happened when I had read it. So they've got everything sorted out now, but I still haven't seen any Macross brought over officially. And I'm just disappointed with the whole thing. It's supposed to be their 40th anniversary, and they should be doing some kind of celebration in Japan. They've got to get on it. It's just annoying me to no end that there is no giant celebration. But yes, Whoopa, if you get a chance, and it's easy to do, just to find like Macross. It's called Macross Do You Remember Love? That is a movie version of the Macross series. It sums it up very nicely. But yes, that was my first anime that got me interested in being a mecha, piloting mecha. I'm curious about Alex, whether you what your first one was, or anyone else out there. I know some people are lurking, so if you have a favorite mecha show or one that got you into wanting to pilot mecha or keep watching it, let me know. I am always open to watching new shows, especially mecha shows. And for those of you that are younger, I mean, maybe your first one wasn't like Tetsujin 28 or Mazinger Z. Maybe yours was, Macross, or maybe it was Gundam. Going further along into the 90s, maybe it was what's one from the 90s here? I don't want to quote the wrong decade. Maybe it was Patlabor, or maybe it was Evangelion. That struck me as strange, watching Evangelion, because apparently you have a plug suit, but then it smells like blood in your mecha. It's kind of strange to me. What else in the 90s? Armored Trooper Votoms, Tekkaman Blade. I really want to watch Kishin Corp. That sounds good. giant robo. Yeah, that's from the 90s, those ones. Maybe those were the ones that you watched instead. And then going into the 2000s, because I made a list, I pulled up my Annie list and I just typed in Mecha and then all the years. Maybe you were a Gunbuster fan, because you want big stomping mecha. Gunbuster, that is, I highly recommend watching that if you have not. It is a well done, it's only 6 episodes, but it was done by Gainax, the same people that did Evangelion. So yeah. Where are we here? What about the 2000s? What did we have then? Maybe you watched Macross Frontier. That came out in the 2000s. See, look at this. Tetsujin 28 came out in 2007 with a movie. Still, to this day, still making it. Or Gurren Lagann. Maybe you watch Gurren Lagann. Your first would be Gen 1. Sounds good to me. I think you and I might be roughly the same age. I mean, look at all these shows. You just type in Mecha and it just shows up with a bunch. You got to be careful though, because some of them conflate like robots with mecha. Whereas the robot acts on its own, it's not controlled by somebody. I'm just a few years older? Okay. Well, it's nice talking to somebody who's a little closer to my age, because you've seen the same things I've seen. Now you're discovering all the mecha shows you missed, such as Gundam. Yeah. You can be picky though. You don't have to watch every Gundam show, because they're not always top tier. You can, and a good guy to talk to that about is with Blaine, because he recommended to me Iron-Blooded Orphans, and I watched that, and it was good. Very, very good show. And I've watched Gundam Wing, and I think you're getting through Wing right now, aren't you? All these old dudes around here. Come on, Whoopa. You're welcome. You're always welcome here. Age don't matter. All it means is we've seen a lot more stuff. And you can tell you good stories about the old days. Oh yes, Code Geass. What else? Another Tetsujin 28. 151 episodes from 2013 to 16. That's crazy. That looks like an SD show, though. Oh, Marvel's Iron Man. 1 episode. Huh. What do we got here? What do we got? You're just moving out of the other timelines, finishing Wing tonight, and starting Fighter G. Look at that. Oh, and don't forget to watch Endless Waltz if you haven't already, because that's supposed to be pretty good too. Kind of wraps up Wing. What else we got? Man, there's a lot of Gundam stuff. What else? Yeah, there's Iron-Blooded Orphans right there. 25 episodes, that was good. Macross Delta. I didn't really care for Macross Delta. I didn't think it was as good as Frontier. I don't think anything any Macross show will be as good as Frontier. There's some that'll be a close second, of course, but... Oh, Mobile Police Patlabor reboot. Well, isn't that something? I didn't know they'd be bringing that back. Marvel anime? Yeah. It looks like Studio Madhouse did that one. I'm gonna have a look at it here. They did excellent animation with it. I would watch it. It's only one episode, too. It explores the confrontation between Iron Man and the villainous Ezekiel Stane, who develops a new biotechnology that seemingly outclasses the Iron Man armor. After Stane unleashes a terrorist attack and sets Tony Stark up to take the fall, Iron Man must evade shields, manhunt, and find a way to clear his name. Okay, yeah, it's going to be all in Japanese. Stan Lee's the original creator, Jack Kirby, original creator. And it came out in 2013. It's an hour and 28 minutes long. Hey, I would definitely watch that. That would be alright. What else here? What else? Eureka 7, High Evolution. More Mobile Suit Gundam. Darling in the Franxx. I believe Blaine said that this one is very good as well. You just started Macross doing the main one. So the very first one from 1982, 1983. That is a good start as well. Because that definitely shows you everything that happened. And, if I'm not mistaken, they did 26 episodes, and then people were like, hey, we want more. And they're like, okay, well, here, have 10 more episodes. So, that's how popular it was at the time. People were just like, we want more Macross. And they're like, okay. What else here? I don't know why Batman Ninja is in Mecha. Unless they're talking about when they are using those houses that they built, or they built their own, what do you call them? Temples, pagodas, fight against one another. Anyway. Cooley Cooley. What year are we up to? 2019. More Gundam. And there's a lot of Gundam. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, Getter Robo from 2021, 13 episodes. It's nice to see the older ones getting reboots, redone, remasters, whatever it happens to be. Bring it back from the past and bring it to the future. Reintroduce it to a whole new generation. Like, yes, here is something from the past. I am really on board with that. Okay, now we're getting into to be announced kind of stuff. More Gundam. Yeah, good stuff. You've definitely got, oh, Patlabor Easy. Okay. 'Tis a golden time right now. The golden age of anime. Things are going along full speed ahead. So yes, I am going to continue on March Mecha Madness. So today was 60's and 70's. Next week will be the 80's and 90's. I'm going to pick 2 shows from there or maybe more, but usually 2 is about enough. And I'm going to watch them and tell you what I think. Once again, if you get the chance, don't be afraid. Just fire up maybe one episode of Tetsujin 28. Maybe watch one episode of Mazinger Z. Who knows? You may find that you like it, or maybe you find that it's not to your liking. But that's alright. Doesn't hurt to try. It's just about time to wrap her up. I want to say it was very fun today. I hope everyone got a kick out of listening and watching the Mecha. If you like giant robots like I like giant robots, we're going to get along just fine. It's so much fun. I think the best part was always when you were a child imagining piloting one of these mechas. Definitely was something that was, I would always be like, man, I wish I could do that. Man, I wish this stuff was real. It was a good old time. And with that, I would just like to thank everyone that came out today. Everybody like Jake D. I know you're off doing your studying now, Jake D. Hope you do your best and pass with flying colors. Also, Whoopa Troopa. Whoopa, always good to see you. You've been a wonderful supporter of my channel. I really appreciate it. I like watching your stuff too. So if you get a chance to put up more stuff, I'm going to watch it. And then there's Gap After Dark. Always good to see you, Gap. I appreciate you coming out. And Mike from Pacific 414. It's always a pleasure. Mike has his shows, Pop Talk, that he does. And he goes with lots of different subjects. So if you ever want to find out about pop culture stuff, you go and watch him. And Alex Moore, it's always a pleasure. It's good to swap stories with you back and forth. I hope I can introduce you to a few more different shows. I know usually your plate gets pretty full with trying to watch all these different shows everybody suggests, but it's good. You do what you can. I know, Whoopa. That's all we can do, right? You do what you can, I do what I can. I try to get the word out about anything that you're doing, you know, whether it be like a retweet or something like that, or even tuning in, give you a like, and maybe lurk for a bit, get you those watch hours, because that's important. And I appreciate it from everybody too, helping me out, getting those watch hours and everything like that. It is, it's fun. It's fun being on YouTube. It's fun meeting new people and learning about them, and you know, it's been a fun time. Once it doesn't become fun and it's more like a chore, then maybe it's time to get off YouTube. You know, maybe it's time to cut back on the content you're putting out. But right now, is for me, just 3 days a week is good. Saturdays and Sundays is my free time in the morning to chat with you guys about whatever you like to do, you like to watch, and play games. And then Trades Talk is a fun one for me too, because I feel it's an important subject to talk to everybody about. You know, we need more skilled tradespeople. It's an important fact of life. And yeah, hopefully I can have some special guests on for Trades Talk. That would be a fun time. And start getting into having people on. So yeah. I think I went through everybody, thanked everybody. Make sure you visit some of the other channels that are out there. everybody has their favorites right now, and you can always check out some other people when you see them on, like Pacific 414 or Blaine from Blaine's Escape Corner. I know he's on every night at 7 o'clock Pacific time. And Ronin 66, DJ Ronnie G, Brandon the Anime Guy. He talks a lot about anime during the week. There's the Nerdporial Life Forum. He is all over the place with pop culture stuff. He does all sorts of different shows. He does way more variety of shows than I do. There's Punkwaddle from Floral from Under a Rock. He's fun to listen to. I like his ponderances, and I like watching the Floral from Under a Rock show. They're pretty entertaining. And don't forget, there's Whoopa out there. And Whoopa has some of his material up. But I think you were scaling back a little bit, weren't you? I saw your update. So you are doing things, but there's going to be that not as much as you were before. I've got my Discord. It's called The Shop, because, that's where tradesmen hang out. They hang out at the shop. I'm up on there on Twitter, mostly to promote myself. Yeah, you took on a big non-YouTube project. Yes, I read about that. It's like, man, talk about knuckling down. And big drop projects can seem quite daunting, but I hope the best of luck for you on that. And yeah. Coming up on Tuesday, it's Trades Talk Tuesday. And spread the word about me talking about the skilled trades, what you need to do to get into them, what they're like, and some stories that about projects I've participated in. On Saturday, more Minish Cap. It's Minish Cap March. So every Saturday, 9 a.m. sharp, Mountain Time, I'm going to be playing the Minish Cap until I get through it. I'm really enjoying this game. It's pretty darn fun. And then, of course, every Sunday is Anime Chat. The Minish March, of course. It's exactly Whoopa. And then, yes, Sunday, March Mecha Madness. Giant robots. And the people that operate them. Just a really good time. So yes. That has been my first Mecha March Madness featuring Tetsujin 28 and Mazinger Z. If you have any of your favorite ones, make sure you tell me about them in the next edition of Mecha March Madness, which will be next week. Make sure to show up. We're going into the 80s and 90s. And we're going to find ourselves some excellent shows. So until then, everyone, I've been Pop, and it was a pleasure having you with me. I greatly appreciate you coming out. Until next time, I am signing off.